Yeah, whoa! Wurmple's evolving. Yep, that's right. Our very first evolution in the series right off the bat. Actually, the first Wurmple I caught evolved into a Cascoon, so I caught another one, and this evolved into a Silcoon. If you want to know how they evolve, I refer to you to Chugga little nerd out on Wurmples. I'd love to put it in the video, but not only would this seem more like a ripoff of Chugga Let's Play, but it would also make the video last longer, and thusly make the video upload last longer. As if this part wasn't long enough, and as if the time it takes to do so wasn't long enough. Anyways, I figured I'd let you see a Pokemon Center for once, and you'll get to see it again. And, oh look at that! Zigzagoon's holding an item! And I got a Revive! Wow, that's actually a pretty decent item for this early in the game. Actually, Zigzagoon has a lot of pickup items. Anyways, over here, some scientist guy, which we'll talk to now, actually would hold you off because he thought he found footprints of a rare Pokemon. But they were actually his own footprints. Well. So, I'm just going in the grass to do some random encounters. I don't know why. Or, not really. So, here we come to the, first trainer battle in the game. Yes, our very first trainer battle in the entire game. If you have a Pokemon with you, then you're an official Pokemon trainer. You can't say no to my challenge. Well, obviously not, so I'm just gonna go and challenge you anyways. So here we have a Zigzagoon for our very first trainer battle. Okay, so, yeah, it's pretty simple. It should be noted, however, that you always get more experience for fighting trainers than you do for fighting a rival. I mean, for fighting wild Pokemon. I mean, rivals are trainers. That's not to say rivals aren't trainers, but, you know. Now that we don't really have a whole lot to talk about, I might as well talk about something that I found interesting. The Street Fighter Cross Tekken on-disc DLC controversy. I just predicted that out of complete random. I was poking fun at how I mean, in the video where I had Megatron and Shockwave talk about the UMVC3 DLC outfits, you actually get your... I actually kind of poked fun at it with... Actually, this was, damn it, I can't even keep myself on topic. Anyway, I was absolutely shocked to find a Surskit here. I actually thought that they weren't possible to find this early in the game. I mean, it's kind of unique in appearance being a water Strider. No, not that Strider. Although I wish it was. But I know its evolution isn't all that great, but I just tried to catch it anyway for the sake of catching it. It's one of the more unique Pokemon, so I figured I may as well go catch it. Oh god, another pickup item? I'm honestly surprised that Zigzagoon's pickup ended up being so awful for me. I mean, the thing found so many things for me. I mean, I got so many good items this early in the game! I mean, I only picked up a Zigzagoon for having a random normal type in my team, and partly being a slave, an HM slave, but wow! I was legitimately surprised. In fact, I'm legitimately surprised that I actually caught this thing in a, Pokeball. I mean, Premier Ball. Premier Balls are gotten if you buy 10 Pokeballs at once. And, oh look, we have another interesting Pokemon. Lotad, which is actually only found in Pokemon Sapphire version, but which can also be found in Pokemon Emerald version. I left this in because this was an interestingly new Pokemon. This Pokemon is one of the more unique typings, being a water-grass type. Very few Pokemon actually have two types of starters, as in they resist a lot of things. The only other Pokemon that has two starter types for a dual type is Chinchou, but that's only if you consider Pikachu a starter Pokemon, and it is if you play Pokemon Yellow version. But then again, we won't find Chinchous until very, very, very late into the game. Nearly like 7 badges, 8 badges in. Yeah, 8 badges in. No, 7 badges, that's right. I'm just looking for a random wild Pokemon, and this was the Pokemon I was looking for. Again, not trying to use it on my team because I know that it's kinda overdone, but I figured I may as well catch it for the sake of it, just in case I may need a Psychic type. In fact, I do end up catching quite a few decent Pokemon in this. Yeah, I find a lot of Pokemon that I'm interested in. I mean, I'm trying not to capture every Pokemon I see. I'm not doing a gotta catch 'em all run, because I'm not like that. That would make this playthrough go on for much longer than it need be. But I'm just trying to get any decent Pokemon that I can get my hands on early as possible. Like, there's one flying type Pokemon that I really am interested in. And yeah, this is where I show you the Pokemon Center and the PC system. So yeah, here I'm going to deposit my Surskit and Ralts that I caught, as I'm just keeping a certain few Pokemon that I have. Yeah, well, so now we're moving on with the actual plot. Now, what follows... Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go get another item from Zigzagoon. A Super Potion! Damn! Pickup can be really effective early in the game. Wow. Ah well. So, now that this next part really just amounts to a tutorial on catching Pokemon, which if you've clearly seen me play this game so far, I didn't need this tutorial, then we are actually introduced to a guy named Wally, who will be like our secondary rival. Brendan is our first rival, and this is our second rival, Wally. This is the only game where you have like two rivals. But it's interesting that the first rival doesn't... The only time in the series where the first rival doesn't have a fully evolved Pokemon in the final time you fight them is actually this game. And you never get to rematch said rival ever again. So, yeah, we're going to take Wally out for a walk, and while we're doing so, I may as well catch up on what I was going to say. Well, it was interesting that Capcom had Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 downloadable content on the disc, and thusly I had Megatron poke fun at that by having him or more like having him wonder that if Street Fighter Cross Tekken would have the same DLC on the disc. And I actually laughed my ass off once I saw Hard News confirm it. And I really have no say in the matter otherwise. Oh, come on! You found a Ralt on your first try! At level 5, too! Wow! That's depressing. Wow. Considering the encounter rate for Ralts, that's quite fucking lucky, isn't it? Yeah, well. Hey! With the decreased attack, you could bring it down to red, can't you? So... yeah, now he's going to use his one Pokeball! Ah, well, he's probably gonna fail anyway, especially at that. There's no possible way that he can catch that. And no, it can— What?! He caught down his first and only ball and found this thing on the first try? God damn, this guy could be an epic Pokemon trainer with this kind of luck. Wow! Too bad he's not even all that great. Yeah, we'll see that later. So... yeah, well. I, for whatever reason, can't think of it anymore. But here's what's interesting about this. We have all sorts of scenarios where we have to capture certain Pokemon. Like, sometimes there's some Pokemon that I might need later on. Like, the only Pokemon that are going to be really mainstays in my team are Zigzagoon and Mudkip. Partly because of the fact that, well, they're the Pokemon that I just decided to capture. I just decided to have a Silcoon on my team for the sake of having a Silcoon on my team, just in case I don't like any of the grass types that pop up. And though there is a grass type later on that... I mean, there will be a grass type earlier on than expected that I might enjoy, but, you know. The interesting thing about this is that I just figured that there's some Pokemon that I might be interested in capturing, some that I might not be, but, you know, some things just never change, do they? So, I just can't seem to think of a subject to talk about, or really anything to talk about. I don't know why, I just don't. Anyways, we're now gonna fight a rich boy. Rich guys are certainly the guys you want to challenge a lot, and since Versus Seekers... I'm not even sure if you can have the Versus Seeker in this game. I know the PokéNav system allowed you to rematch guys in Emerald. I think they could do it in this game too, but I obviously can't do it right now because I don't have a friggin' PokéNav. It's kind of redundant on that. Wait, PokéNav? We don't even have one yet. Pfft, what the hell am I saying? So I'm just fighting off against the Zigzagoon here, and I'm only keeping Poison Sting for the sake of keeping the poison on there. I honestly question why, if you only capture a Cocoon Pokemon in the wild, it only knows Harden. I mean, it's annoying to do so as well. You can actually find Wild Silcoon and Wild Cascoon, so you don't have to deal with the hassle of having to raise one. Ugh, thank God. Full Restore? That's quite much for a level 7! I mean, I understand your Pokemon is poison and all, and I know you're rich in that sense, but for God's sakes, a Full Restore on a level 7? Here, I'll use a Hyper Potion on my level 5 Mudkip! Yeah, I don't know. I'm still surprised, a Full Restore this early in the game. But then again, Zigzagoon's pickup ability can get you a lot of really good items early on. I mean, whoa! Yeah, this doesn't look all that great, so I figured I may as well use my one potion. I mean, I know you can get a potion early on, like in the computer, for... It's like, I know that in your house you can use your computer and get your hands on a free... free potion, I know that. I just figured that I may as well not do that, because I never thought of it. I never thought of it in any Pokemon game. Never had that thought. And I know the Pokemon that I'm picking up aren't all that effective so far, especially since the bug-type Pokemon at this point in the game aren't exactly the best, but I figured I'd just pick some up for the sake of having some. I mean, I don't want to have a lonely Mudkip for a good chunk of the game. Now, I'm still looking at him for the sake of the Full Restore, but whatever. There's an interesting Pokemon in this area that I thought I couldn't find until a later route, but I found it here, a Tailo. Tailo are actually really good Pokemon and are nice replacements, and I'm just gonna cut to the point where I capture it. Right here, where I capture the Pokemon. It doesn't seem too bad, but a Tailo, that was like the very first encounter. Wow, the very first encounter in this place, and I find a Tailo. Yeah, I'm certainly going to be using this thing on my team. A lot. This feeds on Wurmple that live in the forest. I wonder if this creates any rivalry with a Silcoon. Yeah, well. And cutting out this random wild battle because there's actually a Pokemon. There's actually something that I could fit it into. And running into another wild battle. There we go. And here comes an important story event. Not a one to be found. Hello, have you seen any Pokemon called Shroomish around here? I really love that Pokemon. As a matter of fact, I did. I didn't capture it though, so tough shit. I was going to ambush you, but you had to dwaddle in Petalburg Woods forever, didn't you? I got sick of waiting, so here I am! You, Devil Researcher, hand over those papers! Ah! You're a Pokemon trainer, aren't you? You gotta help me, please! Huh? What do you think you're doing? You're gonna protect him? No one crosses Team Aqua! And I really should slow down the text more often. But here we have the battle with Team Aqua's first grunt in the game. Yeah, and he has a pathetic Poochyena. Freaking wonderful. Well, at least I decrease his accuracy. That's nice, and he does the same. Great! Well, at least I did damage to him, and crap. And now this Poochang is gonna try and raise its attack. Not much, and seriously, Team Aqua's theme is actually really good. And I mean, I know that's not super effective, but for a stab bonus, that's quite a lot. Ah well. Just to ensure it's defeated. And now we have defeated the Team Aqua Grunt. At long last. Thank God. Actually, it wasn't even that annoying. Ugh, you got some nerve meddling with Team Aqua. Come on and battle me again. I wish I could say that, but I'm out of Pokemon. And hey, we have Team Aqua are also after something in Rustboro. I'll let you go today. Whew, that was awfully close. Thank you. He didn't rob me of these important papers. I know. I'll give you a Great Ball as my thanks. Great Balls are basically like a slightly higher catch rate than a regular Pokeball. Didn't that Team Aqua Thug say they were after something in Rustboro too? Yeah, he just said that. Uh-oh, it's a crisis! I can't be wasting time! So we better go follow him to Rustboro City. We're actually going to Rustboro City for another reason, the gym battle. And the gym can be pretty pathetic, although I do actually lose it in the next recording. You'll see how pathetic that was. Anyways, we're off to Route 104. We're closing into Rustboro City itself, and how did you see me from that distance? What? How'd you see me from that distance when the aroma lady over there didn't see me from a certain distance? Since these are just the first few battles of the game, I figured I may as well just leave them in anyways, considering that there's not really a whole lot that I could show off otherwise. And damn it, decrease in attack. Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm trying the best I can to spice up as many of my commentary as possible, but it just seems like I can't think of anything worth it. It's just, I feel that sometimes I end up making my Let's Plays sound boring, but I try the best I can to try and do a few things, but So here's my Talos first battle. I'm not that good at nicknaming, but if you have any ideas for a nickname for Pokemon, then feel free to suggest some nicknames. I mean, I recorded like these things in advance, but I'm not up to the name raider yet, so if you have any suggestions for nicknames, feel free to. And wow, Talos survived and managed to land a whoa! For a super effective stab bonus, that's quite nice. But Tackle just took Taylor down anyway. Poor thing, didn't get any experience. Anyway, now for my first battle with Zigzagoon! And it's actually faster and defeats the Shroomish. Wow! I was honestly surprised by that. So now my Zigzagoon is not only at level 4, but it's actually now near level 5. I actually tried to raise my Zigzagoon a few levels more, and it actually died, so I always wondered if we actually talk to these guys with only one Pokemon. Oh, only one Pokemon? Then we don't battle with you. If there's only one Pokemon, it'll be lonesome. That's not nice. Yeah, these guys are actually the first demonstration of a double battle, which we'll see in the next part. But since I may as well arrive at Rustboro City around the 19-minute mark, I may as well end the video off here. So, yeah, this is Transformers Fanco 328. I am done, and I will see you in the next part with a double battle and the gym leader. See you then!